Well, howdy y'all. It's about 7:30 in the evening here on March 29th, 2019. Um, we're supposed to be getting us a good freeze for a couple of nights this weekend, with the lowest currently predicted at about 28 degrees. So that's 4 degrees below freezing, or for my non-American friends, it's approximately minus 3 degrees Celsius. I think it's minus 3.2 or 3.4 degrees Celsius. Anyway, it leads to a little bit of a problem. How do we protect our sensitive, heat-loving plants? And I got ideas. Let me get you adjusted so you can have a look-see in. Alright, we talked the other day about using that there bale of straw to help give some insulation to our tender plants, seedlings. And we're still going to do that, but we're going to try to give them even more protection, because number one, they're going to be under the tent here. Number two, we're going to cover them again. As you can see, I got a couple of peppers in here covered. And then number three, we're going to take this bale of straw and cover around and over these to insulate them. These clear solo cups ain't gonna do a real good job on those tomatoes because they're a little bit taller than those solo cups. So what we're gonna do is we're going to build a secondary tent. Now, some of y'all are curious as to how we gonna do a secondary tent for those tomatoes. Well, we're gonna take our handy dandy 2x4 wire. This is just a scrap piece, and we're going to bend it, cut and bend into a little tunnel like that. Then we're going to take another piece of plastic and put it over that there tunnel like that. Alright, so this tunnel is going to sit inside the other tunnel. And then we'll take straw down along the sides. What that should do is give us a double ooh, my brain don't work. A double tunnel system. So the air inside this first tunnel will be able to cool down a bit, whereas the air inside the second tunnel, or inside the cup, stays at a higher temperature. So, you know, it's multiple layers of air insulation. So I just figured I would let you know what I was thinking so you could follow along. On the stuff like the beets over here, I don't know if you can see them or not. Stuff on the beets here, this one tent should be enough, for the simple fact that those seedlings were germinated out in the cold to begin with. So they're a lot more cold hardy. Now over in this one, the one we got our cold crops in, i.e. the Brussels sprouts and kale, we might just do another little arch tent thing over them and leave them be like that, you know. We got time. Something we really need to consider protecting though is these potatoes. You see how nice this one is? Well, this one here got hit by a little bit of cold, and it's struggling, but it's surviving so far, but it is struggling. But what we're going to do to protect it is, I got these bigger ones like this. We're going to do them like the tomatoes and double tint them to hopefully help hold heat. You know, we got over here, I don't know if you can see, we got 1, 2, 3 that have popped up out of the dirt so far over here out of the 5. So we got 2 more that, as long as they're in the dirt, they should be all right. But we're not going to take any risk. We got plastic that they get plastic over every night. So like I say, this one it's struggling a little, but it's still got some leaves and stuff that didn't get hit by the cold. But we're going to try to protect it. And the reason that one got hit by the cold is, before I started with this in the center, the plastic came up the side and actually touched this one. So where the plastic was touching with it, the plastic got cold, allowing the cold to get to that plant. So we have lost one Magic Molly potato potentially, but we got others to bring in, and we ain't too worried about it. So yeah, that's the plan to protect them. As you can see over here, I got a pile of scrap wire that I use for this and that and other things, so we should be able to make us a secondary row, secondary arch down the center of this tomorrow, not a problem. I'm not too concerned tonight, because the coldest it's supposed to get to tonight is mid-40s, so I ain't too worried about it tonight. We'll tint everything up like normal, and that'll be fine. And then tomorrow, the high is still supposed to be in the 50s to mid 50s to low 60s, so we'll still have a chance to get out here, get them opened up, get things modified to protect them a little bit. So an important thing to remember is always check your weather. You know, I've set these plants out when I did because I was looking at the weather and we weren't supposed to have another freeze until fall. Well, guess what? Nature don't play that game. Nature is her own critter, and she'll do what she wants when she wants. So, like I say, these are old seedling pots. What I'll do is I'll take them in and I'll wash them up to allow light to get into them. That way, if it does take me a little bit to get out here in the morning to uncover them, they can still get some good light. I just hope I have enough of them. I need 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I got 13. I got 13, so we should be alright. Like I say, though, I'll just wash them up and clean them so you can see through them again. And then, again, like I was saying, I would have just done the same thing for the tomatoes, but, you know, it kind of pushes the tomatoes down a little bit. So, we'll do the extra little tint. Who knows, we might just do that tint in such a way that it covers the peppers and the tomatoes all at once. You know, give us a barrier here of like 3 or 4 inches between the two tints, and that should add a nice extra insulation layer. But like this pepper here near the edge, he definitely is going to need something on him. I don't know. I'll figure it out and video it for y'all. In the meantime, I'll talk at you later.